It's 11:39 p.m. and I am back. I thought that Baphomet's Blood would not release their stuff digitally through Bandcamp, which is something surprising. Yes, they release In Satan We Trust through Bandcamp, which the actual album will be released until January 25th, which is a few days from now. And the last time we heard anything from Baphomet's Blood was in 2011, which was 5 years ago. And the last time we actually, which wasn't as good, but wasn't bad, it was an EP. It was called Back from the Fire. But the actual full-length album that Baphomet's Blood released was in 2009, which was called Metal Damnation. That was nearly 7 years ago. And last year, we ended up finding out that they were going to release a new album. And we didn't know when it was going to be released, but we knew that they were working on it. And it was being titled In Satan We Trust. Given known that Baphomet's Blood are indeed an Italian speed metal, thrash metal, or just a new wave of British heavy metal fueled band. This is pretty much close to the sounds of, like, of course, Motorhead. And I guess at some points, maybe even Raven, Venom, and Tank, and such others. Or even like early Metallica, or even really early Slayer, or Overkill, you know, just that thrash metal sound, but with that new wave of British heavy metal kick to it. But Baphomet's Blood, then, man, this is gonna be weird. Whatever. So, we did not get to see an album release because they had already finished it a few months ago, which was, of course, back in 2015. But then we ended up finding out that they were going to release it on January 25th, 2016, and the band decided to release it digitally, which is something that I would have never expected them to do because of, given the fact that they were hardcore with vinyl. But they did. And so, I end up going on Bandcamp and I see it there, and that's every song pretty much uploaded, and I'm like, time to do a review. And how does the album live up? 7 fucking years that we waited 7 years to see them release a full-length album. And boy, they deliver. The first song is Command in the Inverted Cross. I hope I said that right because I have the stuff written down, of course. Starts off with intro. Of course, has to be from a movie, like typical Baphomet's Blood. But it ends up being a build-up to a real stomping, marching sort of beat to it. Very thrashy, almost reminding you a bit of how Hell Awaits started off. Just that real thrashy, but of course it does move into a real fast-paced thrasher of a song, and it's just definitely amazing. And Necrovomiter, just his voice is definitely pretty damn good here. Even though his vocal style is definitely a mixture of the late Lemmy Kilmister mixed with Venom's Kronos. Definitely a really good start. And then right from there, the album just doesn't want to at times stop, but it ends up just leaving a real good impact. Definitely making it up for the kind of lackluster Back from the Fire EP that was released in 2011, as I said. But let's also go into the title track, In Satan We Trust, which is just another classic sounding Baphomet's Blood song. Just amazing. Though really nothing all that new, but it's definitely good. But then you also got songs such as Hellbreaker and Underground Demons, very good as well. But then let's also go into 666, which of course, given the fact that the band, obviously the lyrical themes are indeed Satanism and shit like that. Of course, an intro. But this actually ends up being one of the greatest songs off the album, probably one of the best that Baphomet's Blood ever written. It's definitely got some good pacing, some good, there's definitely isn't all speed for speed. They do tend to slow things down, especially evident with even like a song such as Infernal Overdrive, which at times got a bit of a, almost reminded me of very much of the new wave of British heavy metal in ways that at times also kind of reminding me a little bit of Motorhead's Over the Top in terms of similarity. But it's just another great track as well, and of course you got Whiskey Rocker, which is, of course, is just a rocker of a song. And of course another intro before it. It actually involves, of course, drinking, though the guy has to be from a movie. Guy, though, ends up does not liking Indians. But Whiskey Rocker is another great track is here as well. Just a new wave of British heavy metal, alcohol-fueled heavy rocker. That's all I can describe the song as, and it's definitely just shows that the band is that 7 years or even 5 years or so, the band still ends up kicking ass. But of course, like with Baphomet's Blood, with their albums, they like to add a cover. And they've always had good choices of covers, and some of their covers actually end up turning me on actually to other bands such as Fingernails when they did the song Heavy Metal Forces, and of course they did a cover of the German Tyrant. They did a God, the song doesn't end up coming. Isn't oh geez, Raising Hell, Drinking Beer, something. I can't think of it, but they covered that track on the great Second Strike album, which came out in 2008. Yeah, this band has been around for quite a while. They've been around since 2003. But then also they even covered Killer's Song Killer, the Belgian band. And they did a great track, and that was on the Metal Damnation. But here they actually decided to choose a very obscure song. It's by a Hungarian heavy metal band by the name of Pharaoh. Hope I said that right. Sorry if I butchered your band's name. But the song is called Eleg, which is it definitely seems typical of a song, even though when they said that they were going to cover this track, they did post the original song. There is a video for it on YouTube. I might put that in the link somewhere, but maybe not. And it's definitely right here. They definitely give it the Baphomet's Blood treatment. But it's a very good, they approach it very well. Probably one of the best covers they've done in a while. And they also add some English lyrics to it, since most Hungarian bands add they sing in their language, but Baphomet's Blood just decided to sing it in English, not in Italian, which they are an Italian band, but just because they know that there are English listeners out there. There are people that don't, because the lyrics, I guess, for the song, you can't find it because it doesn't exist, and if you did, you would have to put it through Google Translator or something. So anyways, Baphomet's Blood and Satan We Trust. Just a solid album. Probably one of the best albums they've recorded. Probably in some ways it even beats Metal Damnation. And even in some cases it might even beat Second Strike, and definitely even the debut. This is a strong comeback in ways. I know they've they never split up, but for 7 years, the band hasn't released a full-length album, and for an album, it lives up. 7 years was definitely, it was a virtue, but man, it was worth it. Definitely, if you haven't heard Baphomet's Blood, you definitely should check them out. They're a great band. Great Italian, if you like Motorhead, if you like Venom, if you like thrash metal, you like new wave of British heavy metal in general, just like good, just good old heavy metal, definitely should check this band out. They're a great band, especially their earlier. Just check out any of their albums. They're just great. Especially this one. If this is your starting point, this is a great starting point. So, if you actually have heard this album, definitely post your thoughts in the comments section below. If you did not care for the album, definitely still post your comments below. Again, if you have heard it, just be truly honest with your opinion, with what you say. So until then, this is Every Thrasher saying I am out. And who knows, I may be back with another review. Who knows what's going to be unleashed within the week. And I will definitely be getting into some other albums, but until then, I am out. Later.